The inherited weaknesses. This is something that we in the health field call a miasm, also correctable. Let me tell you about genetics. You, again, picture that this is a cell. You have this healthy cell. We have now found through research that every cell has a holographic image of perfect health. That means that, kind of like a movie, you can turn your TV on and you can have this movie playing in the background as a beautiful, crystal clear movie, but then you can take other movies or other pieces of tape and just stick them all up on top of your screen. Pretty soon, the more stuff that's on there and in the way, you can't really see the clear picture of the movie. That's something called junk DNA. So every cell has the perfect holographic image of what it should look like when it was originally created before disease processes, because this has been for all of time. We've created perfect. Over the generations and the years and all of the abuse that we've taken, this junk DNA accumulates. We've got this perfect cell, and then you've got this, you've got this tuberculosis, and you've got this gonorrhea, and you've got this cancer and this diabetes, and all of this stuff, all these diseases that cloud the memory of what it should look like. All of this nutrient deficiency compiled with all of the toxins called junk DNA. If there was a way to remove all of the junk DNA from your body, guess what your cell would do? It would reproduce again the perfect image of health. And we all have it. That's what I'm telling you. They found it. Scientific. You can't disprove it. We saw it on television, right? That means it's true. Well, not quite that way, but it has been proven. The holographic image is there. You want to read more about it? Come to the website. I got the articles. It's all right there so you can understand it. How's this stuff all really working? So the key then to health is get my nutrients back in order. Let's get those toxins out of the way, and that will remove junk DNA. So guess what? There's no genetic diseases either that should be an excuse. How about that? Because that's usually what happens. You go to the doctor nowadays and they say, well, it's genetic. You've got cancer in your family, let's cut this part of your body off before the cancer develops. How ridiculous. I mean, if you understand what I've said so far, you know that there's just something very wrong with that concept, but they don't know what else to do. And when bottom line, it's either an autoimmune disease or it's genetic. Now I'm telling you that genetics shouldn't even count. If you really take care of your body, we've seen genetic illnesses be turned around. People just, it's eliminated out of the body because your body has that miracle. I'm telling you, the miracle is there. You just have to do the right thing. Supply the body with the right elements. Get rid of the elements that shouldn't be in your body. Everything's going to fix itself. It's not even that you have to go to a great doctor. You just have to let your own body do the work. It was designed to do that. So these inherited factors shouldn't be an excuse anymore. The only exception here for these miasms taking over is if malformation has formed. You're born with a limb missing or a deformation. It's what we call malformation. If you're born with a genetic malformation, you cannot correct it in your generation. But if you work hard enough on it, you can have children that will no longer pass that on. All of these illnesses that people are worried about that are genetic, that pass in the Y and the X chromosomes, and they're scared that their kids might have it, and diabetes and cancer, well, this junk DNA is getting thicker and thicker. What do you think we're going to look like as a race in another 100 years or 500 years? It scares me. We're going to be so genetically altered with all of the genetically mutated foods and all of the viruses and the parasites and all of the stuff that we're getting, vaccinations even, live amounts of viruses and infections being injected into you. What are we going to look like in another 100 or 500 years? We've got to stop. We've got to get back to the basics. We've got to get the nutrients back up in the body. We've got to get rid of all the toxic agents and let the body pull off its own miracle. It really is available. It really is possible.